We're back for some more of Daniel's birthday special, everybody. And we're going to play Jeopardy Deluxe Edition for the SNES. Let's see how we do this game, shall we? Alright. If you saw Jeopardy for the SNES, I won Daniel $20,000. And this time I'm taking on Rob and Jenny. Let's play the Jeopardy round. We have these as our 6 categories. Fashion, USA, Legal Lingo, Names the Same, Zoology, and finally, Gems and Jewelry. Alright. We'll make do with these categories. Let's start with fashion for 100.
The answer is...
On May 15th, 1940, the first stockings made of this went on sale. What is nylon? Fashion for 200.
The answer is...
Turn of the century, women wore soft felt ones called trilbies, named for a Bengali songstress. Hats, yep. Zoology for 100. Oh, daily double. Gonna do the maximum of 500. Here's the clue in zoology. It's estimated chimpanzees spend 50 to 75% of the day in these, and he doesn't know it's trees. Sorry. That's incorrect. Trees is the correct answer. So you're in the hole, Rob, but it's early. Go again. Fashion for 300.
The answer is...
A Mother Hubbard is a full, loose one you might wear to fetch your poor dog a bone. Let's see if Jenny knows this. A dress. Ah. Correct. Onward. Legal Lingo 100.
The answer is...
According to World Book, relationships between landlords and these go back to the feudal system. What are tenants? Legal Lingo 200.
The answer is...
An accusation of a wrong or an action of the Light Brigade. What's a charge? Legal Lingo 300.
The answer is...
Evidence you committed the crime is called this, from the Latin for crime. Rob. Incriminating. Yep. You're out of the hole now, and you make the next selection. Legal Lingo 400.
The answer is...
Colorful term used to describe state laws regulating the sale of securities. Rob. Blue sky laws, and that's correct. Tied for the lead right now. Where to? USA for 100.
The answer is...
Hawaii's Bishop Museum was founded as a memorial to the last direct descendant of this king. Who is Kamehameha? Alright, let's go with USA for 200.
The answer is...
Peterson House, where Lincoln died, is across the street from this other famous building. What is Ford's Theater? Let's go USA for 300.
The answer is
USA Today reports they are the USA's fastest growing ethnic group. Who are the Hispanics? USA for 400.
the answer is
$1,000 right now. This northeast state is the only state whose name is a homophone of a common word. What is Maine? USA for 500.
the answer is
This southeast state is fringed by a long chain of sandbars called the Outer Banks. What is North Carolina? And I ran the USA category like it was absolutely nothing. There we go. Up to $1,900. Let's take fashion for 400.
the answer is
By the 1920s, Balenciaga was the leading courtier in this country, his homeland. Balenciaga. What is Spain? Fashion for 500.
the answer is
Before he struck out on his own, Pierre Cardin helped this designer create his new look. Jenny. Christian Dior. Zoology for 200.
the answer is
The only place in Asia where these big cats are still found is in the wild. In the wild is the Gir Forest in India. What are tigers? That is wrong. Alright, Jenny, let's see if you know it any better than I do. Lions, the other one. It's lions. Alright. Let's try gems and jewelry for 100.
the answer is
And the answer there is... Most gem quality opals are now mined in the outback of this country. What is Australia? Could I have gems and jewelry for 200, please?
the answer is
The Chinese call this gemstone jewel of heaven and use it as a charm against misfortune. Rob. Jade. Uh-huh. Gems and jewelry, 300.
the answer is
Blue corundum is better known as this. What is a sapphire? Let's have gems and jewelry for 400.
the answer is
Wedgwood designs these jewelry pieces using a white paste relief on a colored background. Jenny. Cameos. Alright. Name's the same, 100.
the answer is
Author of The Book of the Sword in 1884, or Welsh-born actor whose last film was 1984. Who is Richard Burton? Name's the same for 200, please.
the answer is
A dependent country of the tropics, or a store chain selling clothes to wear in the tropics. What is Benin Republic? Name's the same for 300, please.
the answer is
Actor who was opposite many lovelies in silent films, or actor who has worked solo. Han Solo. Who is Mark Hamill? That is wrong. It's Harrison Ford, the other one. Okay. It is Harrison Ford. Alright. Gems of jewelry for 500.
The answer is...
And the answer is... In 1900, the world's most famous jewelry store was this Parisian one, founded by Alfred and Louis. Alfred and Louis. Or Louis. Cartier. Alright. That's a correct answer. Legal lingo for 500.
The answer is...
Violation of trademark rights is called this. What is infringement? Up to $3,000. Let's have zoology for 300.
The answer is...
Each time a rattlesnake does this, it adds another segment to the end of its tail. Rob. Oh, he doesn't know. Ha ha. Why did you even buzz in? Sheds its skin. Oh, alright. Zoology for 400.
The answer is...
Alright. The male of this bird is called a cob, the female a pen. What is the... What's the swan? That's right. Zoology for 500, please.
The answer is...
Grant, Speaks, and Thompsons are among the different species of these found on African plains. Gazelles. Alright. We have 2 clues left, Rob. Let's take a look at them.
The answer is...
A 1959 top 10 hit by the Crests, or a 1984 film starring Molly Ringwald. What is 16 Candles? Now the last clue.
The answer is...
English poet who wrote Love Is Enough, or founder of a theatrical agency named for himself. William Morris, So at the end of the Jeopardy round, I have 3,800. Jenny has 2,700. Rob, 1,100, so he's going to go first.
Here are the categories.
And we have these as our 6 categories. Reference books, POURRI, abbreviations and acronyms, leading men, inventors, and finally, Napoleon. Alright. Let's do this. POURRI 200.
The answer is...
Queen Anne's lace is the ancestor of this orange vegetable and has roots resembling it. What's a carrot? POURRI 400.
The answer is...
Primary source of this food is the Apis mellifera. Oh. I have no idea. Oh, it's honey. Ah. I couldn't quite remember off the top of my head. Oh well. Leading men, 200.
The answer is
When asked why he was billed above Kate Hepburn, he said, "This is a movie, not a lifeboat." Who is Spencer Tracy? Let's go leading men for 400, please.
the answer is
Tom Burlington refused the Man from Snowy River sequel as he's allergic to these animals. What are horses? $600.
the answer is
Rear Admiral's son who played military roles in MASH, Great Santini, and Apocalypse Now. Who is Robert Duvall? $800, please.
the answer is
Bursting with familial pride, Charlie Sheen called this man the best actor in the business. Who is Martin Sheen? Leading men, 1,000.
the answer is
This TV rifleman's real first name is Kevin, not Charles. Who's Chuck Connors? Okay. $7,000 ran the category. Potpourri for 600.
the answer is
Jennifer derives from the Celtic form of this queen's name. Who is Guinevere? Potpourri, 800.
the answer is
This publication, it says it's no more a magazine about New York City than Time as a magazine about watches. Rob. It's the New Yorker. Oh. Indeed. Next. Inventors and Inventions for 200.
the answer is
Alexander Graham Bell tries to make this listening device led to the invention of the phone. What's a hearing aid? Inventors and Inventions for 400.
the answer is
Thomas Edison's longest-lasting light bulb filament was made from this giant grass. What is bamboo? I have Inventors and Inventions for 600.
the answer is
The book Small Inventions says the Romans invented them and called them hippo sandals. What are horseshoes? Inventors and Inventions for 800. Daily double. Bet it all. In 1842, Dr. Crawford Long was the first to use this as an anesthetic device. What is ether? Inventors and Inventions, 1,000.
the answer is
From 1854 until his death in 1867, he got royalties on every sewing machine sold in the U.S. Who is Elias Howe? Up to $18,600. Let's go with the potpourri for 1,000. The other daily double. Let's do 1,400. Let's put me at $20,000 if I'm right. Here's the clue. Luxurious legwear, or a 1957 movie musical starring Fred Astaire, who didn't wear them. What are leggings? No. They are silk stockings, but it doesn't matter. I still have a big lead. Let's take abbreviations and acronyms for 200.
The answer is
Walt Disney intended it to be an experimental prototype community of tomorrow. What is Epcot? Abbreviations and acronyms for 400.
the answer is
If you use a computer, you probably know about DOS, which stands for this. What is a disk operating system? Let's go with the abbreviations and acronyms for 600.
the answer is
The R in the name of the British RSPCA stands for this. Rob. Royal. Oh, alright. Abbreviations and acronyms for 800.
the answer is
Jimmy Stewart knows from a 1955 film he did that SAC stands for this. Oh, Jenny doesn't know. Rob. The Strategic Air Command. Ah, alright. Abbreviations, acronyms, 1000.
the answer is
And the answer is... Most college applicants either take either the SAT, the Scholastic Aptitude Test, or the ACT. This. It is the American College Test. Alright. Reference books, 200.
the answer is
The word for this type of book came from the Greek for circle of learning. What's an encyclopedia? The reference books for 400.
the answer is
The New York Times and AP have this type of reference book so that grammar and usage are consistent. Style book, alright. Reference book 600.
the answer is
The oldest firm of its kind in the U.S. This company issued its first map in 1872. What is Rand McNally? Reference books for 800.
the answer is
All doctors in the U.S. get a free copy of the PDR, this book of pharmaceutical education. The physician's desk reference. Reference books 1000.
the answer is
Published annually since J. Pulitzer revived it in 1886, it says it does not decide wagers. World Almanac. That's correct. Alright. Napoleon for 200.
the answer is
Island on which Carlo and Letizia Bonaparte changed son Napoleon's nappies. Corsica.
The answer is
Though the cause of death is uncertain, we do know Napoleon died on this island. St. Helena. Yep. Or St. Helena.
the answer is
Napoleon kept Louis XVIII out of power this many days. $100. All right.
the answer is
Napoleon assembled the Grand Army in Boulogne, threatening to invade this country. Oh, Janny doesn't know. Too bad. So sad. Bet you're mad, but I'm glad. It is England. Now the last clue. I think it's the last clue. Yes. Okay, one clue left.
the answer is
Even though Napoleon divorced her, Josephine got to keep this rank. Empress. So Jenny has 5,100, Rob has 5,900, and I have a big lead with $18,600, so I cannot be caught. Category is books and authors. I'm going to do just 1,400. After escaping from the Chateau d'If, this Dumas hero punishes his enemies one by one. I'm just going to take a guess and say Monte Cristo, but I don't know.
final Jeopardy answer is
Edmond Dante. So I'm going to drop to 17,200, which is not terrible. Not terrible. And we are going to go ahead and call it apart for this segment. And I'm going to see you all for that next one in just a little bit, okay? We'll be right back.